How's it going, Blazers? We're working to build the community to allow for discussion and providing specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. So if you like what you see, then please do subscribe so you can see more of that content, get that specification so you can build your collection or actually add to that conversation that we have down below. So we're going to start off with this is the best knives that I would recommend to somebody new that's currently in my collection. So if somebody came to me and then they never had a knife before, they're looking to get into the hobby, what would I lay out in front of them? I'm going to have your top five. So those are the ones that I have. So granted, there's going to be some out there that might be left off. Then that's going to be your favorite. Say, well, why didn't you bring up this one? Leave that in the comments down below because they might actually recommend a knife that I haven't experienced that I want to get my hands on. So that's going to be what we're going to do with that. So starting with some of the contenders that did not make that top five, and these knives are around $30. So now that's where brand new for some of it, and then some of them kind of got marked off because they're a little bit higher than that. But staying around that $30 mark for the knife. So now first one's going to be the rake, and that's going to be P801. That's going to be one of them that is really just a standout as far as the value you get for it, the steel that's available for it. It's just a great knife that you're going to pick up. So if you haven't experienced that one, I would recommend doing that for yourself. And that's really where a lot of the knives I kind of base for rake is off of the 801. And then also going to be one that's a user is a K-Bar Dozier. That's going to be a user knife. Even the for the designer, he was really wanting to make it be a user. It's not something that just sits on your shelf. So that's going to be a nice one as well. And then one that's really popular, you can get on secondary markets. You can get like every single design, every single type of steel that you want for it. It's going to be the Kershaw Lake. So that's going to be one that would be also a recommendation, but did not make the top five. And then another little one that's going to be that CRKT Squid. This is one that I actually did with the boys. So we actually added a forced patina to this one. This one actually has kind of this little droplet effect on it. So this is the one that I would keep around basically forever, just because it means a lot to me, even though it is a very inexpensive knife for that one. So that's going to be a pretty cool one there. So these are all the runner-ups. So we're going to get into the ones that I would recommend to folks. So again, if it's going to be somebody that doesn't have a knife and then actually is trying to get into the hobby, what would I lay out in front of them so they can experience in their hand to see what they prefer and what they like to get a kind of a direction on where to go. So for my collection, mine started with the Kershaw Skyline. So that's where that was going to be the only knife that I would ever purchase. So that was my mindset, and it was very hard to spend. I think $30 or $40 at that time. It was like that's a lot to spend on a knife, and that's what I picked up. And then all the research and everything else, that's where I was going to end up. That was going to be the knife that I would buy and own forever, and I wouldn't buy anything else. It's kind of gotten worse from there. So one of them that was recommended by Troy's Flooring Solutions. This is one that I would recommend to anybody if you haven't picked it up. If you like a button lock or a plunge lock and you need something that's a working knife, that's going to be this one by Cobalt. This is a Cobalt utility knife. So you're going to change out the blade for it. So if you actually do need to change it out, so it gets a little dull, just change that out. You get the other side. Also in closed position, you can do it as a belt cutter, rope cutter. It's just fantastic. And then for that one, that's $10, 10 bucks. And then that's where you're going to pick that one up. And really right now, you might actually find in your Lowe's, they actually have a dual pack. So it comes with this plus a pocket knife. Pocket knife isn't great. So if you would rather defer against that, this is $9 and how much was that? $9.98. $9.98 for that. recommend it. If you don't own one, I would go out and get one of those as soon as you can. But it is a regular stock item, so I wouldn't worry about it too much, but fantastic for that. Also going to be another classic, was revamped with D2 steel. So no surprise, probably to anybody, it's going to be the Rat 2. So this is one that was actually one that I won from Jack Farm Boy's giveaway. I didn't have one before, and then I did add a bench-made clip to it. So that's kind of where I kind of made it my own. But fantastic one for that. It's going to be a liner lock, thumb studs. So just something really good to get in somebody's hand so they can determine if that's the style that they want to go with. And then another rake knife, we had the 801. This one's going to be the more traditional style of it. So the model number on this one is the LD11-B. For that, so I guess price-wise, so we went $998, $39.95 roughly for this one for D2. You can get the other model with the different steel and then push that down a little bit further, and then you're also going to have this one, which is going to be for $29.95. So $29.95 for that one, and also you get a fancy little tweezer. So you get a tweezer in there as well. Tweezer, glass break, deep carry. So that's going to be for somebody that wants to see if they want a traditional knife. And this one does have a liner lock type of setup. So not like a real setup like most liner locks that you have available, but it is a liner lock nonetheless. So if they have that concern that they're going to close it on their fingers, you don't have to worry about that because it has that liner lock available. So they're not going to be doing that. But they can experience what this knife is going to be about, and if they want to go with that style. So for the flipper side of things, there's going to be one that I was raving about when I first got it. I was talking with another channel, and then I was just talking about it quite a bit. This was before it won the Blade Show, the official Blade Show knife. There's the for the Caligo, I believe is the proper pronunciation for that. But that's going to be one that I really, really like. There's one that I got in hand, and then it was one that it really just brought a smile to my face because I got this at the same time I got the Dividend, and then so it kind of ruined the Dividend for me. So I opened that one first, and then it was like, yeah, I really like that, and like the style, and like how I felt in hand. And then I opened the Dividend, and then people are going to get upset about that, but I just don't like it. It just didn't really hit the marks I needed. But this one did. And then so this one is going to be a fairly inexpensive one as well. So the $28.50, you can get that one currently. And then last one is going to be the Cold Steel Tough Light. So this one is one that replaced the Pilar for me. So I had a Pilar, and then I picked up the G10 version, and then I was able to pick this one up. And I think just for me, this really works a whole lot better than the Pilar. I might try the large one that just is released to be coming out soon. But this one was one that I just really like. I just hit the other knife. But this is the one that I actually really like. And then it kind of gives you the opportunity to experience a whole bunch of different styles. So these are going to be my top 5 knives that I'll lay out in front of somebody that's brand new into knives to see what they like, what their purposes are is going to determine kind of where it sits. But this is a really good place to start as far as giving them kind of a gamut of what to look for or what to look at for them. And they're fairly inexpensive. I mean, that's going to be about $30, so you got very inexpensive. Pick that up, $9.98, $39.95, $29.95, $28.50, and $30.50. So that's the recommendation for that. If you're still with it, I mean, do consider subscribing. Appreciate everybody being part of the channel. Appreciate to Slicey Dicey for actually having a call out as well, which brought a lot of you folks to the channel. So welcome. Thank you very much. And also let me know if there's anything else that you guys are looking for, because we are going to be having the steel testing still going on, working on putting a spreadsheet together. So working with Love Them Knives, and then also Jack Farmboy had a knife that he sent out. So we'll have a spreadsheet that's available for everyone to use. So it's going to be just vetting it a little bit, make sure that the information on there is accurate. And then all of you folks will be able to look at it, kind of getting an idea as far as if the company is reputable, if what they're printing on their blades are actually what you're getting, and then kind of what the Rockwell of at least those specific models were. So it's not everything, it's not the end all be all, but it's just another little bit of information that you're going to get from that. And also, we will have the blind knife review is ending out for the first round, and then we're going to be having that released on the same day. So we got 2 more channels that are going to be doing the review on that. Then we're going to have a premiere of all the channels. It's going to be an epic event. So hopefully all of you guys like that. All the channels that have done it have really enjoyed it. We've had only a few mishaps, no hospital visits, but it is kind of an interesting setup. A lot of everybody had fun with it. We're going to have round 2 starting shortly. So if you would like to be involved in that as far as the channel, let me know. But we are actually having that one. We're going to have the blades sent to us kindly by White Mountain Knives. So I reached out to a few different retailers, and they said, yeah, sure, we'll send you a knife. So we're going to do that. Thank you to them. We're going to have round 2. So it's going to go around to everybody for that blind knife review, and we'll check that out as well. So let me know as far as what you think about the selection to be able to lay out in front of somebody, and about the $30 price range for this one, so they can get an idea, or even pick up one of these for their first knife. And then also leave any comments down below. Get involved in the conversation, and thank you very much for your time.